Hello guys, welcome to our class today, and we have a problem here on preparation of salts. Let's see, is it preparation of a soluble salt or insoluble salt? You are provided with magnesium powder. So this is Mg, dilute sulfuric 6 acid, H2SO4, distilled water, H2O. This is distilled water. It does not have any ions, and you have lead nitrate, solid lead nitrate in solid state. It's not in aqueous state, but in solid state. So the problem, you are told, describe how you can prepare a dry sample of lead sulfate. So the question you ask yourself, is this salt soluble or insoluble? So the salt is insoluble. So this salt, the first thing you ask yourself, is it soluble or insoluble? From my knowledge, all sulfates are soluble except lead sulfate, barium sulfate, and calcium sulfate. So this is an insoluble salt, and we're going to use precipitation method to prepare this salt. So what do we do? You have magnesium powder. So when you are told you are provided with, you are tied. You cannot bring any other reagent from outside. You must use what you are given. You are tied. Your hands are tied. So you must use what you are given. So you are given magnesium powder and sulfuric 6 acid. So, and distilled water and solid lead nitrate. So what do you do? From preparation of insoluble salts, you must mix a soluble salt and another soluble salt so that you can precipitate out an insoluble salt. So in this, you add excess. So add excess magnesium powder. Add excess magnesium powder to dilute sulfuric 6 acid. Sulfuric 6 acid. And filter to obtain magnesium sulfate as the filtrate. So these are our filtrate that we want, so that you can mix it with a solution of lead nitrate. So reaction that takes place here in chemistry, so it's a reaction. So it gives plus H2SO4 aqueous is going to give us magnesium sulfate aqueous plus hydrogen gas. So we see bubbles. There is effervescence due to production of hydrogen gas. So oxygen 4, hydrogen 2 here, magnesium 1 here. So this is the filtrate now. This is our filtrate. We filter so that we remove unreacted magnesium powder. So this filtrate is what we mix. So next thing, but before mixing, you must dissolve the solid lead nitrate in water. Add water or distilled water. Add distilled water to solid lead nitrate. Add distilled water to solid lead nitrate and stir to obtain lead nitrate solution, and start to obtain lead nitrate aqueous solution, lead nitrate solution, and stir to obtain. So add distilled water to solid lead nitrate and stir to obtain solid lead nitrate solution. So this solution is what we mix with the filtrate to precipitate out lead sulfate. So next, what do we do? Here we have obtained lead nitrate solution and we have magnesium sulfate solution. So what do we do next? So next what do we do? Mix. You mix the two aqueous solutions. So mix lead nitrate solution, mix lead nitrate aqueous solution, mixed lead nitrate solution with the magnesium sulfate that we prepared. So mix lead nitrate solution with magnesium sulfate, aqueous solution. So precipitation reaction, a reaction in which solids are formed from aqueous solution. So mix lead nitrate solution with magnesium sulfate solution to precipitate out lead sulfate, to precipitate out lead sulfate, which is a solid. So the reaction that takes place is lead nitrate that was in solid state, but we dissolved it in water. We mix it with magnesium sulfate that we prepared to precipitate out lead sulfate, because they exchange an ion. So sulfate ions will go with lead to give us lead sulfate, which is a solid, plus magnesium nitrate, plus magnesium nitrate. So magnesium will take the nitrate from lead. So these are ions that do not undergo change. They are spectate ions. Therefore, spectate ions here are magnesium ions stroke nitrate ions. So they do not undergo change. They are spectate ions. But ions that undergo change, in the beginning they were in aqueous state, and in the final stage they are in solid state. So this is the precipitate. So this is in solid state. So ionic equation. How do we write an ionic equation? Ionic equation, ions that undergo change. Therefore, it's lead ions from lead nitrate that we dissolve in water, plus sulfate ions from magnesium sulfate that we prepared to give us lead sulfate. Solid. Now this is the PPT precipitate, white precipitate. So this is a reaction known as precipitation reaction. Precipitation reaction is a reaction in which solids are formed from aqueous solutions, which leads to an ionic equation whereby solids are formed from aqueous solution. Therefore, ions that undergo change in an ionic equation. So lead ions from lead nitrate, sulfate ions from magnesium sulfate that we prepared gives us a white precipitate of lead sulfate, and that is how we prepare lead sulfate. Thank you, and keep watching my lessons so that you can understand the basic pillar of chemistry, which is solubility of salt. If you look it keenly to my YouTube channel, I've explained the concept so that somebody can understand the concept pillar of chemistry, which is salt. Thank you. Let's meet in our next class so that we can start calculations on the mole, energy changes. We'll do all, even Form 4 work, we'll do all of them, so that challenges students. But basic pillar, we are finished with it. And any inquiry you can ask through my YouTube account. You can comment and tell me what you want me to explain. Thank you. Let's meet in our next class.